Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Breaking news, as you saw on the thumbnail, out of Reform UK this evening, Zia Yusuf, the party chairman, has, as of this evening 2 hours ago, quit his role as chairman of Reform. This is my post that I put just after seeing his message this evening. Elect Watch UK on X. If you use X, please do go and follow the account over there. There's a few of you have been following it recently. Thank you for that. So this is his post that he's put out 11 months ago. I became chairman of Reform. I've worked full time as a volunteer to take the party from 14 to 30%, quadrupled its membership, and delivered historic electoral results. I no longer believe working to get a Reform government elected is a good use of my time and hereby resign the office. Now that is quite, perhaps he's been diplomatic, but that's quite a scathing message to put there. I no longer believe working to get a Reform government elected is a good use of my time. There's a lot of, there's some spite in there. There's a bit of, something's happened behind the scenes. Now, if you've been up with the news yesterday, PMQs, I think it was, Sarah Pochin, the newly elected Reform Member of Parliament for Runcorn and Helsby, which they won on May the 1st, she stood up and asked a question about banning the burqa. Now, of course, Zia Yusuf is a Muslim himself. He was being accused online of leading the party response, because the party responded to that question saying it wasn't party policy to ban the burqa. He was then being accused of directing that response. He said it wasn't him, and then this has come around about 24 hours later, slightly more than that. So look, perhaps that's part of it. Maybe there's more that's built up to this point. I'm sure we'll find out in the days and weeks. But look, is this good news or bad news for Reform? Because I know the opinion on Zia Yusuf is mixed among Reform voters and Reform supporters. And I know I get a lot of Reform voters and Reform supporters in my comments. So I want to know in the comments what you think about this. Now, look, for my perspective, I think it's a bad thing, actually, not necessarily for anything him personally, but look, this is the third major party member that's left the party in 11 months now. They're atrophying at one member every 4 months at the moment, and that's not sustainable. They're trying to convince people they are a government in waiting, and at the moment they can't run a party of 5 MPs without a senior figure leaving in somewhat acrimonious circumstances. Of course, we had Ben Habib first, just after the general election. He left in acrimonious circumstances. Rupert Lowe then left. He's down here kind of gloating, I think, in the replies to Zia. He left, obviously, fairly recently, having had a fallout with Zia himself. And now Zia's gone, and obviously, like I say, we'll find out the reasons behind that shortly, but it doesn't look good for Reform. It doesn't seem very competent, and like I say, if they can't even run a party that is at the moment very small in terms of its members, elected members, then it's not a good. The auspices are not good in terms of what they can do if they were to actually be elected with a majority government. Now, as for Zia, look, let's be fair to him. I mean, he said it here himself. It's not all down to him, but he has been the chairman, and the party's membership has gone from 2030, about 200,000 less than this, up to over 235,000 as of right now. That's significant. Like I say, that's not all him. Of course, Nigel Farage's personality plays a large part in Reform's success, but I don't think we can take all the credit away from the guy who has been the chairman of the party all that time. Of course, the nowcast that we look at regularly on this channel now looks like this, an extraordinary result, which has Reform just shy of a majority still here, 6 seats or 6 or 7 seats short. But, essentially taking over vast swathes of England and Wales. They've grown to this from 5 seats that they won in 2024. And, of course, most recently, they won an actual election in the local elections on May the 1st, where they've taken control of 10 councils, and they've got majority status on a couple more. So, look, he's been chairman at a time of incredible growth for the party, where they've had a lot of success, both sort of electorally as of May the 1st and just in general in terms of membership numbers. So look, he has had quite an impact on the party. He's now left. We'll see what happens in the coming days. Like I say, I want to know your thoughts in the comments, and that also goes out to people who aren't Reform members and supporters. I'm interested to hear your perspective on it as well. Look, that's it for this video. I just wanted to cover that breaking news. Probably will be a video tomorrow because there's a big by-election in Scotland happening today up in Hamilton for the Holyrood seat. So probably we'll be covering the result of that tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the membership. Hit the notification bell. Excuse me, Freudian slip there. And hit the like button on this video if you enjoyed it. That's all for this one, and I'll see you all very soon. Do get in the comments. Thank you.